Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are doing great today.
Hello and welcome to our daily show where we talk about personal and financial development. And today we're talking about how to plan your day for success. You may have heard many different people talking about how to plan your day for success and what are the best actions to do to set yourself up for success. What do millionaires and billionaires do? We're going to talk about the real best way to plan your day for success. We have the number one actual workable answer. So if you want to know how to set your day up for success, then you got to stay tuned. If you don't already know who we are, we're Martin and Chelsea Matthews. We're married, we're in business together. We have 22 years combined experience in the financial industry. We're owners of M Wealth Group, a financial consultant and investment agency. And we're also authors of this book, Let's Fight About Money, helping couples communicate about money, handle conflict, and build an unbreakable financial house. And that's our mission, really, to help you build an unbreakable financial house so you can handle anything that comes your way and create the life and impact that you truly want to make. So, why are we talking about this today?
So, because look, the way you approach your day, this is not something new, by the way. The way you approach your day and the way you map out and handle and execute your day will determine how your life plays out. Because if you look on a grand scheme of things, right, you have however many years you're gonna live in this life, however many years that's gonna be. So let's say in this lifetime you're gonna be, let's just make it 100 years, right? If you break down those 100 years, it breaks down to maybe you'll come back and you'll be in a different person. But if you live in this lifetime
in a different person,
maybe you'll be in a different body. You come back and then you'll be a different body, have a different life experience. Whatever you find true for you, you go with that. So let's say in this lifetime is 100 years, right? And then you break down those number of years to, okay, how many days is that? How many months? How many weeks? But the smallest piece of it that most people can confront is like, what are you going to do today? How are you going to handle your day? Because if you have a certain flow to your days will impact your weeks, impacts your months, and then boom, that impacts your years and your life. And so the reason I want to talk about that, reason why we decided to talk about that is because you can organize and orchestrate success. Success is not accidental. The people who are successful is not because they got lucky. Even the person, so somebody recently won the lottery, 1.2 billion or something like that. One ticket won 1.2 billion. Sure, did they get lucky? Yeah, they got a little bit lucky, but actually they did the work to go and buy a ticket, play some damn numbers, whatever it is. So congratulations to that person. Ultimately, you still got to set yourself up for success. Now, people may have things you don't see. They may have family connections, a network. The family could have given them some money. They could have gotten access to money, whatever. All of that you may not see. But ultimately, successful people plan for success. And again, it's not something new, but exactly how are you running your day so that it's successful? That's what we're going to talk about today and focus on. And how can you orchestrate a day that works for you? Not because Bill Gates run his day this way, or Jeff Bezos, or Mark Zuckerberg, or whoever billionaire you want to look at, because social media is filled with all of these videos about the schedule of these billionaires. These billionaires do this every day. Okay, how are you going to run your day? First of all, the billionaire has massive staff and a lot of money and lots of different things going on. So their day is going to be very different than the average person. How are you going to run your day? That's what we're going to talk about today.
And last week we talked about, are you on track with your life goals? So we talked very big, like your whole lifetime, the things that you want to accomplish, the impact that you want to make. And then as you work that backwards, then you decide on what are the activities and what are the actions that are going to help accomplish those. And you got to work it back all the way down to what are you doing on a daily basis. So the first thing when it comes to how to plan your day for success is to map out a schedule that works for you. Okay, you, like Martin mentioned, you might hear all over online of this successful person wakes up at 5 a.m. or I saw this. It's got to be fake, but I saw this thing like Mark Wahlberg. I think it said, "Oh, he gets up at 3 a.m. and works out, and then he plays golf, and then he does this, and he spends like 5 hours with his family, and then he spends 2 minutes." I mean, the whole thing, the times were all off and everything. So you got to also look at how accurate is this information and where is it coming from. But the point is, one person may get up at 4 a.m., another person may get up at 10 a.m. Who's right? Well, it matters about how you and your body work. Like, are you a morning person? Me, I am not a morning person. Okay. I like to get 8 hours of sleep. I could survive on 7 hours, but I prefer like 8 to 10 hours of sleep. I like a lot of sleep. Martin can live on like 0 to 4 hours of sleep. Six he can handle. Beyond that, it almost gets like he gets tired if he gets too much sleep.
Yeah.
So he wakes up earlier than me, and he works out in the morning, and I work out in the evening. It's like my body doesn't function the same way in the morning, and I prefer to work out in the evening time. So that's when I'm more productive, and that works for me.
Yeah. So here's the thing that my schedule, how my schedule generally runs. I've always been somebody since I was a kid. I've always stayed up late, and I've never needed a lot of sleep. I've always ran on 4 hours of sleep. I don't drink coffee. I don't take stimulants. I don't even take a pre-workout. So I wake up. Chelsea's a coffee drinker. My dad would drink coffee
we do
every.
use electrolytes though.
That's not a stimulant. That's just nourishment
but
for the body.
it does help with workout. You said no pre-workout.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I mean. I don't take a stimulant. Now I may do pre-workouts as I switch some things I'm doing my workouts, but I don't take any stimulants. I don't drink energy drinks. I don't drink Red Bull. I don't drink coffee. Why is that relevant? It's just because my body does not need that to function. Doesn't mean other people, like Chelsea has to have her coffee every morning. She may come downstairs. If I'm there, she will wave.
Do not talk to me if I have not had my coffee.
Don't talk to her. She comes down, she waves. I wave at her. She goes, and she gets her whole coffee routine prepared.
I like to ease into the day.
She likes to ease into her day, whereas I like to get up and jump up and go somewhere. I need to. So for me, for my day to start off productively, I need somewhere to go. I need to wake up and have something to do, right? Like sometimes on Saturday mornings, I may not have somewhere exactly to go because my workout schedule is Monday through Friday, and then I take 2 days off. So whenever someone says, "Yeah, no talking until we're ready." So when I wake up, I need somewhere to go. If I don't have somewhere to go, I get lethargic. I lie around. I start mind wandering on aimless things, not aimless things, but so I wake up. I wake up early. Nowadays, I'm getting up around 5:45. And it's just because my workouts have gotten longer. So I wake up at 5:45 around, I brush my teeth, do my morning stuff, do my weigh-in at the house, all that kind of stuff. And then I go to the gym and I work out for probably about an hour and a half, sometime about that time from then. I go home, clean up, take a shower, get ready to go to the office. So that's my morning routine.
I feel physically sick if I get up too early.
Yeah, so that's Chelsea's.
And I also have a hard time going to sleep too early. So then I need enough hours to sleep if I go to bed late.
Yeah, so if you hear all the time, successful people wake up early, you don't have to do that if that's not your vibe. If you're not getting up at 5:45 or 6 a.m., that's not your thing, wake up at 7. Whatever it is. So Dwight says he wakes up at 4 a.m. 6 days a week. So some people like to wake up early, and some, like for me, I would stay up late. I would stay up to like 2, 3 in the morning because I was like working on things, right? Sometimes I had to do that because that was just it. And I would still go to bed at 4, 3 in the morning, and I wake up at 7. That's sometimes how my morning would operate, and I would run on 4 hours of sleep. And I don't get lethargic. I'm not getting tired throughout the day. It's just how I am. You have to, the reason why all these successful people, their schedules are different is because they become aware of themselves. They like, hey, you know what? I'd like to take a 2-week vacation and read books the whole time. Okay. That's what they like to do. Or if somebody says, I like to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning or 4 a.m. in the morning, that's their vibe, right? You don't have to necessarily do the same thing as everybody else. Do what works for you. If you're more productive at night, do your productivity stuff at night. And then Johnny's here. He was asking us. He works here in the office. He's behind the camera there. Johnny was asking, "Hey, what if your schedule is you work a 9 to 5 schedule? How can you be more productive at night?" And my answer was that you can still be productive with the ideas you come up with, and you can jot things down and do all those different things. And then when you come in during a certain hours and execute. So we may be the owners of the company, but the office is open 9 to 5. So we're still here in the office from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Right? And so I still may do other things at home at different times. But then when I come into the office, it's getting those works done. My appointments during our show. Then I have some appointments and different things. Then we may do meetings and trainings and stuff like that at the office that we need to get done with the staff. And so all of that, you can map out your day in that way for success.
All right. So the second thing to look at when you are planning your day for success is to prioritize productive activities. So we're talking about what?
Do I just sleep in on your vacation?
Yeah. So we're talking about income producing activities, and also like social activities, time with your family, time with your friends. And so that's one thing that we had to really actually schedule. Like we have date night on the calendar to make sure that we get that in and that we have time to spend together as a couple, because we're together a lot. We run a business together. And so it's business a lot of the time. And so we have to actually make time to have family time where it's just family time. Sometimes we go to brunch together, or do different things together. And then Martin and I have date night once a week. And so we tried our best not to talk business the whole time. We had to be like, okay, no more business talk. But those things are really important to make sure that they get in. Anything that you want to complete, it's important to schedule it to get that done. And then also when it comes to income producing activities, when we first started working together, there is a lot of different activities that need to get done. And we had to look at, okay, what are the income producing activities in our business? Those are the most important to make sure they get done first. And then we look at, okay, how can we plan, the other things. So I do a lot of organization, administrative. I also do some of the scheduling and client communications. And so I could reach out to clients all day long on, different requests and different this and that, but that may not be helping to generate new income for the company. So I have to make sure that any of my new communication to new people, and that I look for scheduling qualified people who want and need our services so that I can send them over to sales, and then they can help them put those things into place that generates income for the company. So a lot of times, especially business owners, especially entrepreneurs who are doing like all of the things on their own, it can be very easy to be very, very busy, but not actually be getting sales and income done for the business. So it's important to look at what exactly creates income for your business. What are the activities that you need to do to get there? And then how can you work backwards to make sure all those activities are done? And then you can schedule the other things around that. And as you start looking at bringing more people, if you are a business owner or are a entrepreneur, self-employed, and you want to look at expanding and growing and building a team and building people, in your company, then as you have the income producing activities and then the other activities around that support those income producing activities, that's where you can look to hire and look to bring people on to help pull those things off of you so you can focus on the income producing activities for your business.
Yeah, and because you could go somewhere and people could be very busy. You could have lots of activities happening, but no production is actually happening. Meaning, there's people who do a lot of activity and there's no income or no exchange, because the way you make income is to get into exchange, right? So a person could be very busy, an office could be very busy without getting into exchange. So the reason you have to prioritize income producing activities things that lead to revenue and money for your company is because, or your whether if you're in sales or whatever it is, you have to look at. And let's say I'll say this part first, and I'll get to the next point I have to make on this. Is because you need money. You need money to operate your life. Your business needs money to hire people, to pay salary, to pay for your office, all of that. That's a reality. So that's the first thing that every business has to confront. A business has to make money. If it cannot make money, it will go out of business. It will cease to exist. Okay, most of the issues in a business are revenue related and not generating enough revenue so that they continue to survive and stay in business. The number one thing a business has to do is continue to be in business. Well, if you're bringing in sufficient revenue and you're spending it on the right things and you're not like blowing all the money, like you're bringing in $1 million and you spent 1.2. Well, if you're not in that situation where you bring in $1 million, maybe you spend 400,000, 600,000, and you have a profit, whatever it is, right? You have a profit margin there, and you're like, oh, this is an efficiently ran business. The business is generating revenue. So if you're not focused on income producing activities, you may end up putting yourself in a position where you're busy, but you're not productive. And when you're productive, you will end up with exchange, meaning you exchange with people, you provide a service to pay you, you provide a service to pay you. Okay. This is, that's how it's supposed to work. If you're providing a service and you're not getting paid or you're getting paid too little, then it means either the marketplace doesn't value your service or you're talking to the wrong people who are not qualified financially for your service. Look, Lamborghini, Bugatti, and everything, they're not advertising to the average household income in America because those people cannot afford to buy those vehicles. It would be ridiculous for them to advertise to your mid to middle class America. So they advertise to wealthy people because those are the people who can afford it. So it's the same thing. If you provide services to affluent clients, you have to talk to affluent clients. And it doesn't mean you can't help other people, but you have to know where you fit in and who you're talking to. Okay. So very important to prioritize income producing activities. Now, if you work for somebody else and they help map out your schedule, like for example, in our office, we have a marketing operations manager, and then we have a social media coordinator. So the marketing, the social media coordinator gets routed communication and everything. The marketing operations manager sets the kind of the schedule and everything for social media coordinator, right? So they may not be, and they're not in a role where they're directly producing income, but the activities can lead to income. Why? Because there's a rule in how you make money. If you want an inflow of money, you have to outflow something. You have to outflow communication. Meaning you have to put out communication. You have to put out value. You have to put out something people are interested in that they will then reach to you and say, hey, can you help me with this? And then you can get into exchange with them. You provide a service or a product and you get paid. This is the very simple basics of business. So to the degree that that person can be efficient in doing their job, then they help to create that communication that's needed out that gets people interested, and then those people reach back in. So where they may not be directly closing the sale, but they're helping to facilitate that being done. So I hope that makes sense.
Okay, so number 3, when it comes to how to plan your day for success, is stay consistent, but adjust when necessary. This is so important, and this is where motivation versus discipline comes into play. Discipline beats motivation because you're not going to be motivated every single day. I am definitely not motivated every single day. And sure, you could say that your passions and your drive and your goals, they motivate you and they pull you to do the necessary things. But sometimes I have an off day. Sometimes I don't feel great. Sometimes I'm tired. Sometimes, I don't want to get out of bed. And so this is where the discipline of having my day planned out and knowing what activities that I need to do and that I'm going to do and that I do every day, this is when it helps me to go through those motions until doing the activities start motivating me, start generating the motivation. You start moving your body, you start waking up, you start, maybe you've had some challenges in your business. If you're in sales, it could be frustrating sometimes. You might hear no, 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 or you might have, people who hang up on you or whatever the case is in your role. And so it's really the discipline of just continuing on through those successful actions until you start getting over those challenges and until you start having some successes. So one of the things for me is I have been in shape most of my whole life. And then I had some periods where I couldn't do the same workouts that I was doing. I had some pain, I had some injuries. And also in my household, nobody really in my household was going to the gym as well. So I didn't have nothing externally was pulling me to get there. And so I finally figured out some things that I had to change up my workouts because I couldn't do the same workouts before. So I started working with a different trainer, and I was able to start. I couldn't even do weights at all. I used to do very heavy weights and very strenuous workouts. And then I had to literally start with no weights and just going through the motions and doing really, really light exercises until I could start, getting regular, getting consistent, then started adding back some weights, then getting some strength, getting some progress, getting some results, and actually feeling good again about working out. Now I've had some progress, and then I had some setbacks where I had some pain, and I had to kind of okay, now I got to take it easy a little bit, and I got to build back up. But having that discipline in place and knowing those successful actions, sometimes we may get off track a little bit. Sometimes we may need to adjust something. Sometimes something stops working, and so we have to adjust. We can't just be automatic doing the same thing all the time and expecting it to work. If something's not working, then you got to look at, okay, am I doing something incorrectly, or do I not have the right information, or do I need, to learn something else or adjust something? So being able to have those successful actions and either adjust or maybe get off track a little bit and then get yourself right back on.
Yeah. So what's up, JB? Good to see you. Thanks for sharing, Mitch. What's up, Happy Saint? So hey guys, drop in the comments if you relate to some of what we're saying, if you disagree, whatever your perspective is. Well, feel free to drop that in the comments. Let us know some of your thoughts on this. So look, for me, the consistency is I like routines. And something my dad said to me, my dad died maybe 15 years ago now. So something he said to me when I was younger, and I was studying really hard in school. And he said, and I remember one time I was struggling with some concept, some school thing I was trying to understand. And he said, Martin, no matter how hard you're studying, there's some other boy out there studying harder than you. So in different points of my life, this statement has meant different things to me. One is meant, don't be so hard on yourself. That was one. But I actually don't think that's really what he meant. He meant because my father was a very studious guy. He was very disciplined, meticulous. He described himself as meticulous to a fault. Somebody who likes to get things correct, right? And so that he was a very studious guy, smart man, one of the most brilliant people I ever met. Not because it was my father. He was just his view and perceptions and things he saw and the way he executed on things was just phenomenal. And he had a routine he would follow, consistent routine for years. And I'm talking about consistent discipline. It wasn't like fitness, working out, anything like that. He just had a routine, and he was just consistent to his routine. And so I understood that there's other people out there that's going to be working hard, and you have to perform. You have to be in the best condition you can to perform. So for me, when I have a consistent routine, I go and execute. Like this morning, I did not feel like going to the gym. I woke up at 5:45. I did not feel like going, but what's my routine? I wake up during the week and I go to the gym. That's my routine. So I wake up, go through the process, getting ready, and I go to the gym. I have a workout planned. That's another thing. If I don't have a workout planned, then I'm like, what the hell am I going to do today? So I have a workout planned. So it's there, it's scheduled for that morning. My trainer puts it in an app. I wake up, I wake up at a certain time. I got to go and I got to execute on the workout. Right. So I go in there and I get to work and I just start moving. I start moving. Now I hit start on that workout. Now I'm starting the workout. The adjust when necessary is last week. I was feeling a little bit weaker, meaning it was just, I was feeling a little bit more fatigued in some of my workouts. And then there was one of them, bless you. Let's see, there was one of them I didn't complete the workout. It was just like I started to feel like if I pushed too hard, I would injure myself or something like that. I started to feel pain somewhere. So I needed to adjust. And then last week I did 4 workouts instead of 5. I just needed an extra day to rest. And I was communicating with my trainer, and they were like, if you need an extra day, that's fine. I already decided I would take an extra day off. So I was consistent. So I still did 4 workouts. But I was consistent about going about it, but I needed to adjust when necessary. Sometimes things will happen. Let's say you're meeting with a client, the client's running late, the client has a shorter period of time, whatever it is, you may need to be able to adjust. And that's the mark of a professional. You can be able to be skilled in what you do and understand your schedule and what you're doing so well that you can adjust, right? So it's very important for all those pieces, but the consistency. Somebody just being consistent will outperform most people because most people are not consistent in their life. They're not consistent with their word. It's something that's very big about Chelsea. Your word, what you say, being on time, all of these things. Very, 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 very important. It's important to me. I've sometimes had more flexibility in my life on some of this stuff, but she's very consistent with certain aspects. And so it's made me be a lot more consistent. In some areas, I'm just very, very consistent and very, very highly productive in. And there's other areas that I was like, I'm not going to be as productive in that area. But I realized over the years, what I realized is that if you're going to succeed, you have to aim to do well in as many areas that you find important to you. My personal belief is you have to be in the top percentile. That's for me. I believe I need to be in the top percentile in any area that's important to me, which means if my fitness is important to me, I need to be in the top percentile. First, you get in the top 10% and top 5%, and if you can make it, get in the top 1%. If you can make it to the top 1% of income earners. Now, of course, people can say, oh, if you live in America, you're in the top 1% of income earners in the world. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being in the top percentile in the place you live. So if you live in the United States of America, how can you get that? Doesn't have to be your belief. It's just my belief. I want to be in the top percentile of any group that I'm in, any area that I'm in, whether it's income, fitness, how good is your marriage and your relationship? That's the thing. So anyway.
So JB says, being proud of yourself for keeping at it, not beating yourself up when you aren't 100%. Nobody can be on every day. Great advice. Awesome. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing where I think people get off track and stay off track is because something happens, it interrupts your schedule, it interrupts your successful actions. And then you have this kind of like failed purpose where you're like, shoot, I messed that up. I've been eating good and I just had a cookie, so I might as well have the whole bag. Or I didn't work out, so I might as well just never go back. That's a little exaggerated, or this person said no to me, so I'm going to give up on
I'm a failure now.
So it's about being able to get back on track. And so if you like this information that we've shared, please make sure to like, comment, share, tag anyone that you think could benefit. If you guys haven't subscribed on our YouTube page, we are live there as well. So you can subscribe and get notifications when we go live. We're live every day, Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. And
consistency.
Yes, consistency. And if you'd like to get more, we have actually a free introduction course where you can learn in the beginning. If you heard me talk about building an unbreakable financial house, there's actually 6 areas that make up your financial house. And it's the areas that we help our clients with. And we have a free intro course for you. And you can learn what those 6 building blocks are and some things that you could do to strengthen them so that you can build that unbreakable financial house. It's completely free. And it's our gift to you. You can go to 6buildingblocks.com/intro, 6buildingblocks.com/intro.
And really quick on here is, if you're A lot of people are not consistent in their finances. And with economic times, the way things are shaping up, you have to look at how can the resources in your business, how can your business be more consistent, how can your cash flow be more consistent, and how can you be better organized so that you get to where you're trying to go. So this introductory course thing will help you understand how to organize your finances, how to look at your financial picture in these 6 areas, and you can see how well you're doing in each area. And then you can actually adjust. Hey, maybe I need to adjust something in my cash flow. Maybe I need to adjust this other area. Maybe I need to tool up my building wealth strategies. All of these different things work together to help you build an unbreakable financial house. So you can go and access it for free, 6buildingblocks.com/intro. And